Good afternoon. It's Michael from Pinnacle Homes and Projects. I'm just coming to you as my clients. I've been very absent from the YouTube platform. I've been very quiet and not engaging with my followers and my clients on my account, Pinnacle Homes and Projects. It's been very long since we last spoke. Yes, so this is just an update to say that, yeah, we are still in the new tech industry. We are still building new tech houses, and we are still in the business. There's been a lot of challenges in the business, in the industry, which I wish to share with you. So, the most important one, which is the most familiar one, has been that the industry has been saturated by a lot of builders. By being saturated, I mean there's been a lot of builders who are just mushrooming from everywhere and claiming to be new tech houses builders. Mostly these are the guys that used to work as carpenters, and they were working with us in different companies that were doing the new tech houses. And by us, I mean with other companies also. That's also do when the houses and new tech houses. And these guys, they are now also starting their own small companies and businesses, some registered and some not registered. And as a result, there's been a lot of price distortions in the market. The market having been saturated by a lot of these guys, there's been a lot of distortions. By distortions, I mean price distortions, market distortions, product distortion. So I'll break down into three. What is price distortion? The price distortion is that the prices of new tech houses no longer make sense to the clients because the clients are misled by the quotations that are being sent, in the sense that the prices that these guys are sending to the clients, they are unbelievable in terms of us who know the new tech houses and who are involved in the costing of these products, even for the Wendy houses. And if a client gets, say, 3-4 quotations from different companies, I'll put companies in italics because they are not companies that I would refer to in the true sense of a company, but I will refer them as companies for the purposes of these videos and businesses. So, for example, let's say you make a call and they've got funny names there. You get a guy out there calling himself, for example, Big Boy, for example, Sunshine Houses, for example. I've seen some names that are so funny. And as part of the due diligence, clients also overlook some of these things, that the name itself should tell you if this company is genuine or not, because there is a lot in a name. For example, we call ourselves Pinnacle Homes and Projects. And if you are to Google the meaning of Pinnacle, or if you go to the dictionary and find the meaning of Pinnacle, it means something that has reached the highest point. So you summit a mountain, you're on the pinnacle of the mountain. You have gone where the mountain ends, the pinnacle, the top. You have summited, you are right on the top. There's no way you can go. So even if you look at a triangle, the pinnacle is that point on the triangle. Same on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. The top part is the pinnacle as well. So when we decided to call ourselves Pinnacle Homes, we had a vision that we want to be the top company in the new tech houses industry. We wanted to be one company that would have reached the top, where people, when they refer for new tech houses, when they refer to new tech houses, we are the choice. We are the company of choice. For example, in banking, if you talk of banking here in South Africa, if you have a company, a banking company, a financial institution that you'd say, I think if I put my money in this company, I'll be safe. You think of ABSA, you think of Standard Bank, you think of FNB, you think of Investec, you think of those kind of banks because they've been in the market for long. They are tried and tested. They have 300, 200 years of existence. So that was the same reasoning that we're trying to do, to say let's bring something that people would identify with as of top quality, as the pinnacle, as the company of choice. Good example, in telecommunications, there is MTN, Vodacom. I think that's the pinnacle of communications. I'm not advertising these companies, I'm just giving examples. In supermarkets, there's Checkers, ShopRite, there's Woolworths, and so on, Spar. So that was the motivation to say that we want to be the pinnacle. We want to be the top company. We want to be that company that people will say, which one is the top company in the new tech houses delivery? Then they'll call Pinnacle Homes. But then if you go to the big tree builders, or to the briefcase builders, or to the behind the scenes builders, PTY Ltd, you can Google it, maybe you won't even find it. Indeed, they will show you that they are the big tree, because maybe they'll steal your money and they will not build. There's been a lot of people scamming people all over the shore, stealing deposits, not building, leaving work incomplete. Nowadays, we are carrying projects on average of clients whose monies were stolen, whose monies disappeared, the clients who were scammed. People never picked up to build, because what they do is the three distortions. They distort the price. They come to you with an unbelievable price, which you think, if I go with these guys, I'll save money, only to realize that they are taking that same amount and they are not coming to build. They are just in the business to steal and to scam people and to disappear. Their phone numbers are not recorded. They use those banner phones, and once they've done with you, you never find them. So this is how they distort the price. They go and send quotations that are unbelievably low priced, and these low priced quotations, they are quotations which they themselves know they cannot deliver such a product, but because they are in there to just steal your money and only there to scam people, they will never tell you that. And then they've made it impossible and difficult for some of us now who are genuinely in this building business, who are honest in this business, who have been in this business since we started in 2008, to now sell quality products to our customers. Because when we then send our quotations, our prices are deemed very expensive. The clients, they will tell us that you are very expensive. Your quotation is very expensive. But let me give you an example. If you are to build a brick house right now, wherever you are in South Africa, if you are to build a brick house, you are in Johannesburg, Pretoria, you are in Durban, you are in Northern Cape, you are in Eastern Cape, you are in Northwest, you are in Limpopo, you are in Mpumalanga, you are in Free State Province, you are in Western Cape, you are in Northern Cape, Gauteng Province, all these 9 provinces. How much would you pay to build a 60 square meter house, or a 90 square meter and 120 square meter, to get a house that is ready to move in, a 10-key project with all the finishings, ready to move in with the keys? Let's just talk of 60 square meters. How much would that cost you? How much would that cost you? How much would you pay, including the labor and everything? On my research, I found out that to build a brick house in South Africa, nowadays, as of July 2024, 25th July, today, it would cost you over 10,000 rands a square meter. And then in the new tech houses, our prices are between 6,000 rands and 8,000 rands a square meter. However, when we send those quotations, clients, they think that we are expensive. So for example, 60 square meters times 6 gives you 360,000. You get a 60 square meter 2-bedroom house ready to move in. If we go on 8,000 per square meter, perhaps it will be motivated by the distance, because remember, you might be in Johannesburg, Northern Cape, or somewhere there, and we also need to come to build there, and transportation of the materials, where we are going to source the materials, that side the price might be more. So let's say we are on 8,000 rands a square meter. it would be 480,000. Still, it's quite reasonable compared to 10,000 a square meter, because you are going to pay 600,000. So you have saved 120,000 from 480 on 8,000 a square meter compared to the 600. Or you have saved from the 360,000, you have actually saved how much? 240,000 to 600, which you can then do your fitted bedroom cupboards, because normally we don't do those ones, and kitchen cupboards. However, this is an alternative housing solution. We are giving you an alternative housing solution. We are saying to you, instead of brick, why don't you try a new tech? Because the world is going towards that direction of alternatives. So you cannot then expect the price to be of a Wendy house, because most of the people, they have got a problem of confusing the two, a wooden Wendy house and a new tech house. Those are two different things. A Wendy house is made of pine and it's wood. And pine wood is quite a lot here in South Africa, because there is a lot of timber plantations in George and in Mpumalanga. And these are untreated, coming straight from the back of this tree, cut to size on the sawmill, and they are sold in 12 millimeters, 16 millimeters, 14 millimeters, 18 millimeters, and so on. We call them slats, 102 by 38. So they are quite cheaper, and you obviously would expect something cheaper from a wooden Wendy house. But the new tech now is fiber cement. It's as good as a brick. It's an alternative that can withstand the test of time. It's a lifetime investment. It's actually a lifestyle that we are bringing to you, which is going to be for life. You can even leave it for your children as an inheritance. It's not something that is going to be like a Wendy house that is maybe maximum 15 years. So as a result, when people are given these prices, they are given a lot of distortions. They are given prices that are not even making sense. And then the clients are expecting the same quality from us, of the same prices what these guys are giving, which is totally impossible, because you cannot expect the same quality on 2,000 per square meter, because most of these guys, they are giving clients 2,000 a square meter, 3,000 a square meter, and 2,500 a square meter, and 3,000 per square meter, maybe 4,000 a square meter. But the quality is compromised. They don't tell the clients that they are going to give them thinner boards. Instead of 9 millimeters or 12 millimeters, they are going to give them 6 millimeter boards. They don't tell the client they are going to do the build with untreated timber. They don't tell the client that they are going to build them poor quality, because we know the quality. We see it all over the social media pages, Facebook, and all over where these guys advertise. They don't tell them that. All they focus on is price distortion. That is their strategy. Once they got the attention of the client through a price distortion, they get the project. And then we see a lot of these clients now complaining on Hello Peter and all over Google that they got poor quality, or else they complain that they were scammed, no one came to build, or they will complain that their deposits were stolen, or they will say that these guys built but they never finished. They left incomplete project. So that is number one, price distortion. And we go to the market distortion. The market has been distorted because there's been an influx of people who are not experienced in the industry, people who do not even know what a new tech is. If they were to be asked right now to say, can you pitch a client what is a new tech house, they don't know. All they know is just to build this new tech. Perhaps they build them as if they are building Wendy houses. By that I mean they're just knocking the panels. There is not even proper building and adherence to the specifications that are on the plan, building according to the engineering specifications, and so on and so on. So the market has been saturated by inexperienced people who do not know this industry, who do not know that when we are building for clients these new tech products, we are bringing value to our clients. We are bringing value addition. We are bringing a value for money. We are bringing lifestyle. We are bringing quality. We are bringing lifestyle investment. And then the last one is the product distortion. The product distortion itself is distorted in the sense that there is SABS approved new tech products. These are the Everrites, which are locally made in South Africa. I think you know that everything that is locally made is of highest quality in any country. So if you look at the clothing industry, the clothes that are made in South Africa, they are of high quality, and often they are exported to other countries. If you look at the agricultural produce that is produced here, grade A fruits and vegetables, they are in the supermarkets in Europe. If you go to Mark and Spencer and other supermarkets in England, you find them made in produced in South Africa, South African produce. You walk into Harrods, maybe you come with a suit also written made in South Africa, you know, because they put a lot of quality and value in their produce. But the imports that are coming from other regions like Asia, they are very cheap. They are not of high quality. And then when they come here, they are so-called 5 rand shops. And they are selling maybe a shirt for 10 rand or 20 rand or 30 rand. But it's not of high quality. After 2 months, you throw away that shirt, you throw away that shoe. And that's how they make money, because you keep on going to them over and over again to buy the same shoe, because it's not made of leather, it's not made of high quality material, it's not made to last. So the same situation is the same which is in the new tech houses. You have got a lot of new tech material that are not really new tech. You have got a lot of cheap new tech materials that are being imported, that has flooded the market. So the product distortion, by that I mean you must be able to know which new tech board is of high quality. Like I've given you an example. The best quality in new tech is the South African Bureau of Standard approved new tech, the Everrite board. It's followed by the Shera boards. Those two are quality new tech boards, because the first one is SABS approved, high standards, because for anything to pass South African Bureau of Standards, there is a lot of tests that are done, a lot of quality controls, a lot of compliance tests. It passes through all those compliances. And there is ISO, International Standard Organization standards that are met, ISO 9002 and ISO standards that are tested through the product to test how the product durability is, how solid is the product, the fire resistance, the heat resistance, the thermal resistant, the waterproof resistant, environmental test to see that the product is not of danger to the environment, the product is not of danger to the people. Remember, asbestos is now discontinued because of all these tests. They eliminate all these through vigorous, thorough tests that are done through certified bodies like the Standard Association of South Africa, the South African Bureau of Standards, the South African Technical Association, SATA, which is the Shera boards. Shera boards are certified by SATA. So its compliance is of the highest quality. Same with the food that everyone eats here in South Africa. Same with the drinks that we drink here in South Africa. Same with the beverages. Anything, it goes through the South African Bureau of Standards. Without going through those vigorous tests and quality controls, people would die because they would consume harmful substances. They would consume drinks that have got high concentrations of chemicals, which can cause cancer and other diseases. So the government, through these associations, they eliminate all these problems that can endanger the lives of the people through coming out with these bodies that protect the interest of the consumers. There is consumer councils on top of that. So we in the new tech industry, we know exactly which quality new tech boards are these, where if someone is building a house and it's on an approved plan and it has got engineering specs, structural engineering specs, we know which is the board that should be bought. And this is the Everite board, because on our plan, when we read the plan, it says that the NewTek board must comply to the South African Bureau of Standards, must comply to the South African standards, SANS. We like to call it SANS. It normally says SANS 8001. Compliance on all these, even SATA, ensures that you get a quality product. For example, just one NewTek 3.6 meter length, 225s by 3.6, 225s by 3.6 meter board, a handy plank, is going for almost 200 rand. To build a 60 square meter, you would need more than maybe 400 of them. So those are the costs that I'm referring to. But these guys, what they do is that they would go to a lot of these mushrooming small hardwares that are importing these boards from Asia. There's boards from Indonesia, there's boards from Malaysia, there's boards from India, there's boards coming from all over the place. But they are not of high quality. And these boards, some of them you can even break them with your hands. Some of them, they are actually coming out on their own, the NewTekness of it. It actually comes out as you build. So you actually ask yourself, what kind of a board is this? Because they are not of quality, and we are fortunate enough we have never tried and we have never built with these boards. We have seen them when we were buying at some of these suppliers, and we actually saw that these are not good boards. So that is the product distortion. They are going to the clients and they're misleading the clients. They don't tell the clients that this structure is going to be built with untreated timber. Then they come with the wet saw timber, the one that is used for warehouses, which can be gnawed by by termites, which can be affected by wood borers, and which can be eaten by termites and all these other elements, because they are not treated timber. So we are always open to our clients. We are always very honest to our clients. We tell our clients the truth, that the NewTek boards that we are going to supply you with, they are South African Bureau of Standards approved boards. They are South African National Standards 800-01 approved boards. They are South African Technical Association Board SATA approved boards. And once that has been established, then we come out with our pricing. You must be honest to your client so that they know exactly what they are buying. And then we tell them that in the event that you cannot afford treated timber, can you then go for untreated timber? Because we can then treat the timber on the site. There is chemicals that can be used to treat the timber that is not treated. There is linseed's chemical called linseed. You can buy it from any hardware, linseed oil, and treat your timber. There is other wood treatment oils also and chemicals that are on the market. So you can also treat your timber right on the market. But all this, you need to be honest. You need to be someone who is passionate about the industry and give the client the correct product information from your product knowledge. So tell them that you are going to build with approved timber, you are going to be built with approved boards, NewTek boards, SANS approved, SABS approved, or SATA approved. You are going to use the material that is also coming from approved suppliers, and even your aggregates, your sand and your stone must also be South African Bureau and Standard Association approved, SABS approved. And then you go to your roof sheets, they must be of the highest quality, the zinc alum 0.47, 0.50 approved, SABS approved roofing materials. The windows, aluminium windows, there mustn't be windows that are just manufactured by anyone in the street, because remember, each and everything that you put on the house, it has got an effect in terms of the thermal resistant. For you to get the right R value, which is the resistant value, if you go through the plan, you see that on any approved plan, there is where it speaks of R value. That resistant value is what is factored by getting the correct glazing of the windows. So the windows must have the correct glazing, which is that they must be able to suppress too much heat outside when it's very hot. They must be able to take enough heat when it's cold, like now in winter. That is the thermal resistant, what we mean by resistant value. When it's cold, the glazing of the windows must make it possible for the house to be warm. But if it's done by someone who doesn't even know all those things, they are not going to give you the correct glazing of the windows that you need. So we also buy our window frames and our windows from suppliers that manufactures windows that has got the right glazing. The same with the roof sheets, they've got the R value as well. We do Chromadeck roof sheets, we do corrugated Chromadeck and IBR roof sheets that are zinc alum, that are galvanized, that has got enough R value as well, the resistant value. We've got the insulation isotherm, same thing, it must have that R value as well. The right thickness must be 135 millimeters, 10 kilograms or 10 kgs per cubic meter. All that information is of importance, because when you then build the house and making sure that you are in compliance and adhering to all those requirements, you are building a house that is of highest quality, that is a lifetime investment. You bring value and you are bringing a permanent structure to a person. Just other observations that we have also found out in our journey with new tech houses. There is also a tendency by clients of wanting to compare brick houses with new tech houses. There is quite a difference in the two. So you find out that at times with other clients, they will be expecting the price to be lower, because for them they say that this is not a brick house, this is just a new tech. But then you must look at it from what I have explained. The products are totally different. This is an alternative building solution. If you want brick, then go for the brick. However, you are going to make sure that when you go for the brick, you pay for the bricks price, because the price of the brick is higher than the new tech. So why do people want alternative housing solutions? The people, they want alternative housing solutions because at times there are two things, or there are three things. Either you want something that is of affordability, something that you can afford, something that is cost effective, something that you can save money on. So new tech is the best, but giving you also something similar to the brick in terms of duration, affordability, which is actually far much better than the brick, but durability, longevity, almost the same. By longevity, I mean the duration of this new tech house standing can be 30 and above years, just like a brick house. Fire resistant, water resistant, heat resistant, and all those things that are also in the brick house. But the most important thing is you going there to save your money. You're going for a product that gives you the same features but costing less, right? So you can't then compare the two. It's like you're comparing apples and oranges. It's not making sense. So if you want to stick to the brick or to the block, stick to the brick houses. If you want to be in the new tech, stick to the new tech. But then don't compare the pricing models. They are totally different. The other thing is that they say that they can be able to then sell the brick houses because it's an investment. They can build a new tech house, a brick house, and then they sell it in future, and so on and so on. Fine and fair, you can do that. But what prevents you from building a new tech that also will be sold? I think it's the way clients look at the new tech houses. If you look at them as cheaper products, if you look at them as cheaper houses because you are used to the cheaper new techs that are cheap, that are mushrooming the market, that these guys are selling for 40,000, 30,000, telling you that for 80,000 you get everything ready to move in, you are going to have that misconception because you are going to see new tech houses as cheap products. But if you go to Property 24 and other sites where properties are being sold or houses are being sold, you found out that there is quite a lot of new tech houses that are being sold for over 2 million rands, over 1.5 million, 1.8, 3 million rands, new tech houses. If you go to Glencane, Cape Town, Simonstown, Fishhook, Garden Route, Knysna, George, Sedgefield, you see a lot of these houses, including timber houses, but they are even more expensive than brick houses. The reason being that the people who built those houses, they built those houses with a lifetime investment in mind, with quality in mind, with an investment in mind. They built those houses with the same way the brick houses are being built, but they chose to build new tech because it offered conveniences that the brick perhaps could not offer in particular terrains. For example, in Simonstown, Glencane, Fishhook, Garden Route, Knysna, George, Sedgefield. You want to build on the mountain. Just think of it, how much is it going to cost you to build a brick house on a mountain? It will cost you millions because you're gonna need to, first of all, dig a massive foundation. You're gonna need to cut that. You need high specialized graders to cut that hill or mountain. You're gonna need to sink tons and tons of concrete with a lot of steel reinforcements, pillars, until you get to a level, and then you're gonna start to build. By the time you build the basement, which is the floor, you have sank a lot of millions down there. But with new tech houses, they bring cost effectiveness on that. Where you were supposed to sink a lot of millions to prepare the ground, where you are going to cut the mountains with excavators, with graders and so on, we are just coming with poles and steels that we dig concrete when they are dry, and we build your house on top of the poles. So these are some of the things that clients need to look at before dismissing our prices as expensive. We really understand that there's different markets and different needs, market segments that are different. Hence, in marketing, there's always market segmentation. We segment our markets geographically. We profile our markets and segment them according to different regions and different income groups and affordability of each and every segment that we identify, which is any business, which is what any business would do. Even a ShopRite is located according to market segmentation. You go to another place, there is Woolworths. You go to another place, there is Checkers. You go to another place, there is USEV. It's done because of the different geographical profiles and market segmentations and affordability of all those areas. You go to England as well, you see there is Mark and Spencer in other areas, there is Tesco in other areas. They do that because of different geographical and segment of the areas. You go to the United States, there is Walmart in this area, but in another area there is Target supermarkets. It's also because of the geographical. It's a worldwide thing. So that's how we also segment our. That's how we also segment our clients. We segment our clients according to affordability. So how do we come out with prices? For example, in Cape Town, if you are to build in say Bonteview or Bishop Lavis, that's where we go to our clients, we look at the needs of that particular area, affordability, and then we give them also the quality and the type of material that ensures that they can be able to afford. So in those areas, you find that at times we go for flat roof, we go for flat boards, we go for concrete slab, not really foundations. We keep our costs as low as possible so that we can also get that market. Then we go to Simonstown. They are in the mountains there, and they are right on top of the terrains. We must now adhere to the engineering specs, because now we are now being told that it's a must that you must build the wall structure with 228 beams for it to be solid, because it's sitting on a terrain, and naturally the price goes up. But are those other players in the market telling the people that, telling the clients that? They don't. They will just sell you, pitch you, advertise a new tech as if it's the same price across the board, which is wrong. There's different prices according to the different needs, geographical locations, terrains, and so on. If I'm to build in a mountain, I'll build it more because of the fact that it's going to sit on stilts. The structure must be super solid because of the winds and so on. If I build it on the flat ground, it's gonna be lower, the price, because it's on a lower ground. The foundation costs are not going to be more. If I build it at the back of an existing structure, like a backyard in, say, Anuva Park, it should be lower because my electricity is just coming from the house, which is less than 3 meters. My water is coming, the water connection is coming from less than 3 meters. The ground is very flat. So all those things are taken into considerations. That's how costing is done and pricing is done. And we are flexible in dealing with market segmentations. If a client says that they don't mind to be built a new tech that is on flat roof, flat boards, 6mm boards, we do that. But we must be honest and engage and discuss that before. If they want 9mm boards, we tell them the advantages. If they want 12mm, we tell them the advantages. But as long as you go higher in terms of your millimeters, the price goes up, and we explain to them that thickness contributes to the price going up. The more thicker, the more the price. The less the thickness, the thinner the board, the cheaper the price. And the less durability the board, the less longevity the board. So in so doing, you create a situation whereby you are honest to your clients, you are engaging them, you are telling them the truth, you are not hiding anything. Because the moment you hide information, that's where an element of not being faithful, an element of not being honest comes in. And we want to be men of integrity. We want to give our clients exactly what they ask for. And we still have those challenges that we've been mentioning from all the series of the videos that we've been running for the past years. This is the first video that we've done this year. The same problem of a lot of comparisons by the clients, where they get 10 quotations, then they ask you to match, or to say beat these competitors, beat these prices, beat these guys. It's impossible, because like I explained, the quotations that we sent would have been well thought of. Well, we don't mind re-looking at our quotations and going down, but there's that element that has been going on and on and on, where you are asked to drop down the price maybe more than 4 times. When you do that, the project is going up, you then build. There is a challenge where the same clients, they expect you to give them that top billing kind of look, but they forget that they would have dropped you a number of times. So this is eliminated through a contract. Before we build, we say, let's sit down, let's sign a contract, because what we have agreed, what reduced the price, what got us to this price must be respected until we get to the end. Because at times when you are building the structure, when you are building the new tech, you'd find out that there is an uncle who just comes and pitches on the site, or an auntie who comes related to the client. And then they were not privy of the whole discussion from where it started. They are not part of the negotiations. They are not part of the discussions. When they come now, they just say that perhaps they were tradesmen before and they've worked in the industry as builders and in construction. No, your builder is not doing things right here. You are supposed to use 228s here. You are supposed to use 114s here. You are supposed to use 50 by 76. But they were not privy to the whole meeting as to what led us to build a structure with 38 by 76. It's because of affordability. The client could afford. We had to drop down the price. We had to come down to a price that the client afford. So that is very important also to note. Then another thing is that you also get clients who comes to you. Normally those ones who want the big projects. They'll tell you that you've given me a price of 985,000. But on that 985,000, I need to buy the plot, I need to buy the land, I need to buy the stand, and that is my budget for everything. So what I would suggest is that before you think of a new tech house, can you first of all sit down and take into consideration the first thing first, the plot or the stand. What is the price of the land? How much is the land itself? How much does it cost to buy a 1,000 square meter in Betty's Bay? Then write down. If it's 450,000, write it down. If it's in Bot River, it's 200,000. If it's Chatsworth, it's 100,000. If it's in Camps Bay, it's 800,000. So you have first the cost of buying the plot itself. Is the plot serviced? Does it have access to water, electricity? All these services that are needed. If they are not there, then it's fine. Just do a rough estimate of what is likely to be the cost of clearing the ground, connecting the water, electricity, and buying the land itself. So you have got 600,000. Then do your quotations for 120 square meters. If it's 985,000, then you are now saying my cost of 600,000 plus 985,000. How much does it take me to? So it takes me to 1.5. So you know that your budget for your building and buying land, getting the services, getting the plan approved and drawn up, paying the architect, paying the structure engineer, drawing water and electricity, everything is 1.5. Then you are in a better position to plan without then going to the to the builder, which is us, and renegotiate the price of the structure to suit the price of buying the property itself. Because it shouldn't be like that. Because now you are pushing down the builder to suit your budget of buying the land, and then that's how the product is compromised, because the builder is now going to say, okay, let me try for the sake of getting this project to go down. Then he's going to go down to 600,000, which is good, it will suit you, but the quality that will come there perhaps won't be good, it won't be of high quality, and then you start having problems. That's where people now start to fight the builders. So I thought that it was very important today to address my clients, because it's been very long since we last spoke. I've not been doing videos for very long because work has been very quiet. After COVID, the market is also very difficult to penetrate. You send quotations, you answer the calls, you advertise, you do promotions, you do your marketing. However, the clients are not responding by giving us projects to work on. We're not getting the projects as we used to get, and all this is something to do with the economy, which I think everyone knows that the economy is not as it was before COVID. things have gone up and materials are going up, wages and salaries are not going up, the cost of living is going up. So all those things, people have lost jobs, people have lost businesses. All these things, they have affected us, and we are not getting work as we used to get. But I just thought, let me do a video which is also to reassure the market, to give a reassurance to my clients and my followers that we are still in the business. We are building. I'll upload some of the videos of the work that we have been doing this year. After this video, I will make sure that I upload so that you can also see some of the videos. I have not been uploading of late on YouTube, but I will do so that you can see that indeed we are still building. So we are still in the business. We are still faced with these challenges: price distortion, product distortion, market distortion. I think I should call it PPM or MPP, market, product and price distortion. I'll call it MPP or PPM. So those PPMs are affecting us a lot: price distortion, product distortion and market distortion. So by communicating with you, the followers who are watching this video, it helps us to engage, and it helps us to get the message conveyed to the clients, and to get them to understand that they must be careful when they see something that is too good to be true. When you see something that is too good to be true, pause, take your time to do what is called due diligence, research, check with other reputable. There is not a lot of reputable left anywhere in the market, but the few that you can find of the reputable builders in new tech houses that has been in the business from as early as 2008, I would like to believe that those ones are reputable. Take quotations from those builders. I think you'll be able to come to a conclusion to say this makes sense, and compare with the brick. If the brick builder tells you that they are going to ask for 12,000 per square meter to build a, let's say, 120 square meter house, or 10,000 per square meter, or 8,000 or 9,000 or 15,000 per square meter, and then a new tech builder tells you that they are going to ask for 6,000 or 8,000, surely that should make sense that this is possible. But if someone then comes to you and say they are going to charge you around 2,000 rand a square meter, then it doesn't make sense. We don't really use per square meter as a universal guide as well. We do costing. That is the most important thing that you should know. But when we do the costing, when we then factor the square meters, our costing and square meters, they must reconcile. So that's why I say per square meter. But otherwise, it's not always 100% correct to price your product using the per square meter guide. You must be able to take the plan, the size of the house that is on the approved plan. If it's 48 square meters, it's 60 square meters. If it's 100 square meters, you sit down, you do your costing on your laptop. You then come up with what is called the price of the materials. So like here, I'm sitting on my laptop. I sit and I factor all that. Once I have done that, I should be able now to take that list to the suppliers, which is the hardwares. Then they should be able to give me costing. When it's returned through an email from the hardwares of costing, I should be able then to factor my cost of labor and transportation, delivery, and other expenses. Having done so, I should be able to put a markup. When I put a markup, I should then be able to price my product and send you a quotation. So that is exactly how it should be. And if we do that, then we are on the same page, because it's disheartening and discouraging that with all the efforts that we put in advertising, promotions, all these YouTube videos, sending quotations, the market is not responding the way it should be. We are not busy. We are not working as we should be. We are not carrying out projects as we should be because, like I explained, there's been an influx, mushrooming, a saturated market of people who are coming into the market who know nothing about the new tech. I'm not apologetic about that because indeed they know nothing about that. Just ask them, what is the new tech itself? They are not able to tell you what is new tech, but you should be able to be told what is a new tech because you can't buy into something that you don't know. You can't sell something that you don't know. So a new tech is a man-made fiber cement board that is made by mixing water and silica in a factory where they are heated on temperature, highest temperatures for that, until they form a board that is called new tech. That is waterproof, that is fire resistant, that is durable, that is solid, that can withstand the test of time. That is a board that is tested through the standard associations, a board that is giving an alternative housing solution where otherwise people should be building with brick and spending a lot of money. And Anther is now in the market where people can save by building with new tech. So all these things are important. And then you get to ask, what are the foundations made of? Then the builder must tell you that concrete foundations, wooden foundations, steels, and so on. The type of timber, they should be able to tell you that they built using 114s by 38, 228s, 152s. They should be able to articulate each and every aspect of the project. They should be able to read the plan. They should be able to understand the specification on the approved plan. If they cannot, but they should be able to work with people who are qualified artisans who can read and articulate and explain all the specifications on the plan. And if you have that confidence, you must then do a due diligence to find out where these guys have built before. Phone the references that are provided. Visit the places where they claim to have built. See their work, because at times they can come up with just fake references. Go and see their work. Hear firsthand what these clients are saying. What the clients say about them in person. All that information is important. Number 3, do not rush to pay money into their accounts without going through all these processes. Find out if the company is registered. If it's not registered, it's a red flag. And find out if they've got a bank account, which is a business bank account. All those things, they help you, because when it comes to tracing people who are doing the scams, it's easy to go to their bank as their first point of call. You go to their bank and you tell them that there's a company that is banking here. They stole my money. But if they are just using a savings account, it's very difficult. So you need to make sure that you do a thorough homework, you take your time, and you really research about the builders in the market. And once you have done that, I can assure you, you are going to get the right company, the right person, and the right people to do your job, because it's a team of artisans that comes on your site. You're talking of plumbers, electricians, schemers, tilers. It's a whole team that comes there, and you then are satisfied. Then you give a go-ahead once your plan has been approved. Or if you are building without a plan, then you just approve by agreeing to these guys, and then you pay for them to start to work, and they start to work. So those are the processes that are very important to be followed. And once you follow those processes, you're not going to go wrong. We feel sorry every time when we read of people that are losing large sums of money, people that are being scammed. We see them every time coming to us, telling us that they've lost a lot of money. But all this could have been avoided if all the clients out there were to follow due processes that I've mentioned. So we look forward to working with you. We are still in the new tech business. We build new tech houses, wooden houses, log houses, window houses, zinc corrugated houses. It's just that the business has been low. That's why I've not been posting videos. But I felt today that I must engage with my clients just to show them that we are still in the business. And another thing is that we are able to build throughout South Africa. We are not limited to Western Cape, where we are in Cape Town. We have got a team that is based in Johannesburg, which can also do Mpumalanga, Limpopo, and Eastern Cape. And we've got a team here that can also do Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Free State, and Northwest. The one in Johannesburg can also do KZN and Gauteng. So we can carry out projects in all the 9 provinces, and including Namibia as well, because we have got a team in Namibia as well, which is our sister company there in the Republic of Namibia. So we are not limited geographically. However, when we send quotations for the clients that are in Gauteng province, Pretoria, Limpopo, Free State, Northwest, Eastern Cape, KZN, Northwest, Northern Cape, they must also take into consideration that we are very far from them, and we must also be charging what we call the delivery, transportation, and accommodation and upkeep. From what we have noticed, a lot of clients don't like to pay that amount. However, it is a very important amount, because that's how it can be possible for us to come to your town to build you a new tech house without us having challenges of accommodation, because sometimes some of these projects will be massive. It will take us a month to stay there. Think of it, if someone who is in Limpopo call us to come and work, perhaps they're in Bela Bela there, or in Zanin, or someone in Mpumalanga in Witbank, or someone in Northern Cape in Springbok, or someone in Port Shepstone, KZN. These are long distances. We need to plan in terms of the accommodation, the delivery. We need to plan the nearest suppliers in Port Shepstone, or in Port St. John's in Eastern Cape, or it can be in Mossel Bay, it can be in Klein Willem, in any place throughout South Africa. It's a big country. Think of it, 1.2 million square meters of land. That's how big South Africa is, 1.2 million square kilometers of land. So it follows that to cover that footprint, it needs to be paid for in terms of delivery. We are not saying that we don't come. We can come to any place. We can be anywhere. But it needs to be factored in terms of the transportation, the delivery, and accommodation. Yeah, so that was the purpose of the video, which was to engage with the clients, to speak to the clients, and to update the followers of this channel, Pinnacle Homes and Projects, PTY Ltd, so that they know that we are still in the business. It has just been quiet, but we are still passionate with the business as before, and we are still building quality new tech houses as before, and we are not going to change. Our approach remains the same, to deliver the best quality new tech houses to the market at a most competitive price and at the most convenient time frame in terms of the speed, and giving a durable product, which is a lifetime investment with a longevity of a lifetime, just like any building of brick, meaning that even generations to come should be able to live in that house. This only is possible if the right material is used, quality material is used, from the aggregates, the stone and the sand, timber, steel frame, if it's steel frame, the glazing of the windows, the roof sheets, and everything that is used in terms of the roofing. Should you go for the tiling of your roofing? Should you go for the new tech roofing? Everything should be of high quality. So signing off is Michael Emmanuel. I'm the owner and I'm the principal at Pinnacle Homes and Projects, Director, Sales and Marketing. I also do the promotions and I do all the aspects in terms of I'm on an all-rounder managing the sites. If you give us a project, you expect to see the same face that you are seeing here. I'll be there in your town managing my team of artisans, building your project. I go to all my sites, we work as a team. So I put face because I'm not into scams, I'm not a thief, I'm not in this business to steal your money like what others are doing. Unfortunately, they are the ones getting a lot of projects and stealing and moving on without building. We are here to build projects. We are here to build relationships. We are here to embark on a business journey, to build a business. So trust us with your project, and rest assured we carry it out with a team of highly qualified artisans, builders. And if you pay the right price, we are not going to disappoint you. We struggle with projects that are not well paid. We struggle with clients that drop us down a number of times because we struggle to complete those projects to the highest quality. But we don't shun such projects. Like I said, we can discuss pricing models. We can come down on pricing by being honest, also to provide you with alternatives that are cheaper, that suit your budget. So thank you for watching. We hope we will come and build a new tech house for you in your town. Thank you. You must go fetch the tissue.